But the problem is, in Kali Yuga, people will not accept it. So they will suffer. Otherwise, all good directions are there in the esoteric teaching, and those who do accept them will prosper. People have to take advantage of this direction, the perfect direction of the esoteric teaching, in order to be happy in this world. So, our mission is simply to introduce this esoteric teaching so that people may come to their senses, their spiritual senses, take advantage of it, and be happy. So first I want to emphasize that we are not talking about the caste system. The caste system is based on birth, but the original Vedic Varnashram system of 4 social classes is not based on birth, but based on spiritual qualification. And those qualifications are given very clearly in the Vedic literature, especially Bhagavad Gita. So anyone can read them and can understand in which of the 4 classes they belong. By their symptoms, they are known. For example, most people are Shudras, workers. If you have a job, you're a Shudra. If you own your own business, then you can have the qualification of a Vaishya. A Vaishya is a businessman, a banker, a farmer, someone who owns their own business. And they may employ many people in their business. So that's typical. Out of perhaps 100 people, maybe 1 or 2 will be Vaishyas. The rest will be Shudras. So then those people who have natural leadership abilities and who have very high ethics, they can become administrators or Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas are also of the martial propensity. They like to fight. They have fighting spirit. That doesn't mean that they sit in a bunker while the troops are out there in the battlefield getting shot up. No, that's not Kshatriya. Kshatriya means that the leader is right in the front of the charge and shows by example how to exhibit a fighting spirit. Of course, those were in the days when fighting went according to rules of engagement, not in today's free-for-all cheating atmosphere. And finally, out of many thousands among men, you may find 1 or 2 who qualify as Brahmanas. Brahmanas are the intellectual priestly class, the self-realized people, people who actually know the science of spirit and the science of God. So Brahmanas, they are engaged as teachers. They're also engaged as advisors to the government. The Kshatriyas engage the Brahmanas to advise them on the state policies that will lead to a peaceful situation in the state, in the society. And they also use the Brahmanas to perform religious ceremonies with the economic support of the Vaishyas that will guarantee the spiritual well-being and also the economic fealty of the entire society. So how do we guarantee economic prosperity? Well, we have to have proper weather, because ultimately the prosperity of society is dependent on the production of the field. So 2 things have to be there. Proper management, meaning we don't rape the fields. We use sustainable agricultural methods so that we don't ruin the soil and so forth. That's one thing. And the other thing is we have to have favorable weather. So how do we get favorable weather? By performance of yajna. So many people who are materialistically scientific in their mentality will say, oh no, this is not possible. But have you made an experiment? If you're scientists, that's all right. But have we made experiments? Have we taken an area of the country and then gotten properly qualified brahmanas to perform Vedic yajnas, or sacrifices, according to the proper means, according to the proper way. And have we measured the result? Have we seen that you can reverse climate change? Have you seen that you can protect a specific area from severe weather by Vedic yajna? Here where I live in the spiritual community in Mississippi, we were 10 miles from the eye of Hurricane Katrina. And basically nothing happened to us because we are following these instructions of the Vedas. We're performing the congregational chanting of the holy name and mantras and deity worship and so many other spiritual duties. And basically no one was hurt, nothing happened to us. Now, just nearby, just down the road, there was a lot of damage. But we were okay, even though we're situated on the top of a ridge, right out in the wind. So go figure, huh? Actually, we would find that if we implemented these Vedic instructions on a large scale, that everything would change. But we don't have the faith, and that's tragic. If we really want to employ our scientific skepticism in the study of these spiritual phenomena, then by performing controlled experiments, we would find that the Vedic instructions actually do everything that they claim to do. And the problem is that we have been trained not to believe in the words of the scriptures, not to believe in the teachings of the wise. And this is the great tragedy of the West. So our mission here with the esoteric teaching is to show how this is a mistake and how a really intelligent person will test anything before they judge. They'll perform a controlled experiment, or at least some kind of experiment, and they'll give it a try. They won't just say, oh, this is mythology, oh, this is simply superstition. Just because you can't understand how it works doesn't mean that it doesn't work. So you should give it a try before you reject. So in the Vedic era, we have the history, which is that Kamang Vavarsha Parjanyaha. The clouds showered all the rainfall that people needed, and the earth produced all the necessities of mankind in profusion. They didn't need irrigation. I remember old people in Kauai, on the Hawaiian Islands, telling me that even 20 years ago, the rain would start in October, and it would rain all the way through March. Every day and night, simply rain. And then the whole rest of the year, the island would be flush with foliage, and there was enough runoff stored in the aquifers that there was no need for any more rain. So what happened to that rain? We've destroyed it with global warming. So yes, we do have an effect on the weather. And all of this gives us the right atmosphere in which to pursue spiritual life and recover our perfect bodies. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of My Perfect Body. This is David Hughes, your host, reminding you to visit us on the web at esotericteaching.org, where you can purchase the complete Esoteric Teaching Introductory Seminar DVD and many CDs of transcendental music and mantras.